Good afternoon and welcome to my podcast. My name is Taylor and I am 24, woman, obviously. A couple of things about me that I think are important to know is that I am very girly, I'd say. I always have my nails done and I do them myself. I am from Texas and I love coffee, obviously, but then again, who doesn't? And a couple of things that I am going to be talking about on my podcast is going to be, what it's like being a girl in today's society and kind of touching on topics regarding that, like hair care, skin care, body dysmorphia, which I personally don't experience, but I know a lot of people do. So I'm probably going to end up having somebody on my show who can express things about that. We might read some Reddit stories, talk about celebrity drama that is going on, because I know that there is a lot of that all the time. We're going to talk about beauty standards, gym talk probably a little bit, books 100%, because I do like to read, except I have kind of been in a book rut recently, so I have not been reading a lot of books in the past, couple of months, I would say. The last book that I was reading was from the Shatter Me series, which is so good, but I had set down, I think it was the fourth book I was reading, and I put it down, or I was listening to the audiobook, and I'm not sure why I haven't picked it up, but I just got some new headphones like a couple of days ago, so I might pick that back up when I have a chance, while I clean. How to live your best life, which obviously I have no experience in, but I can give tips on how I live my best life, I'd say, and how to make time for you in a busy schedule, which I can give tips on because I have a very, very busy schedule every single day and every single week. My plate is always full. And that is on being a college student, working full-time, being a mom, being a wife, and then also needing to make time for myself, which I do in the form of doing my nails. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm kind of getting tired of it, and I just did this like a week ago, and I truly hate it, but that is nothing new to me, so that is awesome. That is so good that I just always hate my nails. I mean, they look good. This set is a little bit too edgy for me. Like I said, I am very feminine. Actually, I don't know if I said that, but I am very girly. And I tend to get off topic a lot, so I'm gonna really try hard to not do that. But it's okay. We are gonna get through it together, you guys. I have a brother who also lives with me. He is just moving here from a different part of Texas. So he is just getting on his feet because he moved here for a job, which is super exciting for him. So it's been super great. I always see these videos on TikTok, and it's what I wouldn't give to be able to go into my siblings' room and irritate them. And I'm like, it's so cool that, we get to do that again, live together, where his room is just down the hall from me. Okay, let's talk about some other things. I love rom-coms and romance. I don't like horror, anything, or thrillers either. Honestly, they give me nightmares, which is super, childish, I think, of me to say, but they truly do give me nightmares. But it's okay. I mean, I like rom-coms and romance movies, and then my favorite movie is How to Train Your Dragon and this movie called Flipped, which apparently not a lot of people know that movie or have seen it. So if you've seen it, let me know, because I love that movie. It is so cute. I watch it once a month. Honestly, if I'm getting ready to go somewhere, I'll just turn on Flipped and watch it in the background because I know the whole show, or I know the whole movie. And then I also watch it when I'm on vacation. Speaking of, I love summer. It's my favorite season of all the seasons. And I also love the beach. So if you live by the beach or you love the beach, definitely like subscribe or follow, because I'm gonna touch on that a lot. Like any excuse I have to add the beach into conversation, I definitely will. I have a shark tattoo, which if you're listening, sorry, but this is my shark tattoo. And then I have a wave right underneath my shark, and on my other arm I have just keep swimming. If you're listening, those are on my arms. Those tattoos are all on my arms. I love jewelry and I love tattoos, but I don't have very many. And I actually, like every year whenever I go on my vacation, I'm the most excited, and I start looking forward to the vacation like as soon as it ends. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go back. And I always do a countdown of like how many days until I leave. And it's been to Florida for the past several years, because Florida beaches are just top tier and it's my happy place. And I have already started my countdown. It's currently March 5th. I have exactly 150 days to go to Florida, and I already started my countdown. So I have these sticky notes, and every day I take one off. So I have exactly 150 days. I leave in August. So that is super exciting. I love pink. It's my absolute favorite color. But if you take a look at my wardrobe, you'd probably think my favorite color is blue, because for some reason I have a lot of blue shirts and jackets and shoes, and even a lot of my rings are blue, which I don't know. And even my wedding ring is blue, my wedding band. So that is good. And I think the cherry style is really cute as well. I think that's very cute and summery and feminine, but cherry flavored things is not very good. I went to HTO like a couple of days ago, and they have this new poppy cherry drink or something like that, and I got it because I was like, that's so like summery, it sounds refreshing, and it's gonna put me in the summer mood. And it tasted like cough syrup, which I think all flavored cherry things taste like cough syrup. So that is a problem for me and me alone, but that's okay. This is my house, by the way. Welcome to my home. This is my iPad. I have a pink case, but I just replaced the screen protector and I put the new one on, and there's literally dog hair underneath my new screen protector, so that is awful for me. That sucks. And I also wanted to talk about like type of people. I think that would be something that I would make an episode about, is like type A versus type B, and have a type A person come on and we can talk about like the differences. I thought that would be fun, because I'm 100% a type B person. I mean, I've been planning this podcast for I don't even know how long, and I'm like, okay, I bought everything I need a while ago, and here I am, like several months later, after I already got everything I needed, finally starting the podcast. And I literally have to leave for work soon, but I'm like, I have time, let me just make my very first podcast. So that is my type B personality coming out, and that's all I have to say about that. Music. I don't think I'm going to talk a whole lot about music, because I don't think people are going to support my music taste, because it is pop. I like pop music. I like Benson Boone, Alex Warren. I like some Taylor Swift. I like some of Sabrina Carpenter. I used to listen to her a lot, like last summer, and I'll probably start listening to her again this summer, because I feel like she has a very summery vibe, and I think that started with the song Espresso. I think that gives her a very summery vibe, and we are trying to get all of the summer vibes here right now, because it is like 70 degrees outside. It feels amazing, and this is like the perfect weather to get me not even just me, to get everybody into like the vibe of summer. So that is something I'm really looking forward to, is that it's starting to get warm weather. I was getting really tired of the cold. I do not like the cold. The cold and I have a toxic relationship, and I am done for good. I'm not going back. My therapist told me no. So bye cold, hello warm weather. I like to go to the gym, but I'm not very good at being like, okay, let me get up and let me go to the gym. And that's something I need to work on. But I did have protein pancakes. But I only had half of one pancake. But it was pretty thick, and I am just getting over being sick, and I was not able to eat at all while I was sick. So I think that is part of the reason why I'm still getting my appetite back. And okay, moving on. If you are listening to this podcast, I would say this is for you if you're a girl or just any millennial at all. Maybe some Gen Z. I'm not really sure what the difference is. Please don't come for me. And I think I am a millennial. I was born in 2001, so I think that makes me a millennial because I was born at the start of the millennia. And I think that's how it works, but truly, I have no idea whatsoever, like at all. I don't know where it starts and where it ends, but I'm pretty sure I'm a millennial. And my brother too. My brother was born in 2000, and I was born in 2001. My husband was also born in 2000, and my brother's girlfriend was born in 2001. Isn't that crazy? And so this is for you if you're a millennial or if you're a girl or both. And if you were like born around the same time, I think that we could get along because we grew up in the same era of like things. Like, do y'all remember those bowls that had the straw in it for like the cereal? Wow, crazy that those just disappeared one day. But I think I saw a TikTok the other day, and a mom like put it out for her kid, and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally remember those. And Scooby snacks too. I remember those were like a big deal in my household when I was young. And let's see. And I don't know. There's a lot of things. Maybe I'll like make a list, make a whole episode of it, like throwback to the 2000s, like Y2K. Oh my gosh, that will be so much fun. I'm actually so excited about that. And okay, I'm just gonna kind of read all of this because this is my like thing. So don't come for me. This is my first. Oh my god, shoot me right now. This is my first. What is wrong with me right now? This is my first podcast, and so it's just gonna get better from here. But why I'm podcasting or making this podcast is because I just think it would be fun. And that is the extent of it. I think it'd be fun to get together with some of my friends like once a week and make a podcast together and just talk and chat and drink tea, which I'm also gonna have tea. Originally my podcast is going to be called Tea Time for Taylor, but apparently that name's been taken, and so I think I'm going to change it. Name TBD. I don't know, I guess I'll know what name it is whenever I post this. I'll have to have a name. And we just wanted a fun place to spill tea and thoughts, and this was just a way to do it, so I think that'll be a fun time for me and whoever wants to be on my podcast. I already have like a couple of people who I'm going to bring on. Darby is actually going to be my first guest. Shout out to you, Darby. Mwah. And yeah, so if you're into Reddit stories, relationships, like talk, and then I guess anything that I mentioned, I'm not going to go through the list again, but any of that, then feel free to come check in every week here. And I am going to post on TikTok and YouTube and Spotify, which I actually used to have a YouTube channel when I was really young. I was like, I think it started when I was in maybe 7th grade, which is super embarrassing. And obviously all of those videos are taken down at this point, but that was truly the most cringe thing I've ever seen, is going back and watching those videos. It was really bad. Yeah, and I would never let those videos see the light of day ever again, because I didn't even know how to edit when I was posting those videos. So it was just like one long stretch of video, and they originally started at like 7 minutes of just unedited footage of 7th grade me. How old are you in 7th grade? Like 12, I think. Yeah, that's not a good time, as you can probably imagine. And I kept posting until I was 20, and that was my last video I ever posted on YouTube. But I'm thinking about starting to post YouTube videos again. I am just not super sure how I would feel about that, or like how I would even go about doing that, because honestly it's a lot of work to make sure that you're taking videos, and then on top of that editing the videos, and then on top of that posting the videos. Like, that's a lot to do for one person. And I just honestly, like, lazy girl diaries, that I don't want to do that. Honestly, I'm just being lazy about it. But I mean, I got a lot going on, you know what I mean? I have that busy life that we talked about, that making time for you in a busy lifestyle. That's me. Okay, I think that just about covers it. I don't know if I missed anything. Let's see, I'm a girl, I'm 24, I live in Texas. I love anything that has sugar in it. I have a massive sweet tooth, and I like the gym, but I think I said that already. I can't remember. Like, my brain has not been working recently. I don't know what's wrong with it, but like, my brain doesn't function as well as it used to. And I don't know if that's gonna make sense, but like, I will say something and then I'll think about what I just said, and I thought something, but then my mouth said something else. And then I'll have to ask Sebastian, my husband, and I'll be like, did I just say this or did I say this? And then he'll tell me what I said, and I'm like, that's not what I meant to say. And I don't know if that's gonna make sense to anybody else, but like, I don't have any better way to explain it than that. I would like to say I have a perfect driving record. Knocking on wood, except I don't have wood around me because I'm sitting on a couch. So I knocked on my head, and hopefully that'll be good. So I'm a good driver. Contrary to popular belief about women's driving abilities, I have never injured my vehicle before, except one time, except a couple of times. But what is that? You know what I mean? Like, nobody else was nobody else was involved, so like, I'm not gonna count it because it was only my car that was injured. And one time it was because I fell asleep while I was driving. It was really late at night, and I was like 20 years old, and I was really sleepy, and I fell asleep while I was driving. But luckily there was nobody else on the roads, and I just like went off into a ditch. But it wasn't very deep, so I just like hopped back on the road. I did, however, lodge a stick up my vehicle. It was a booty. And I had to get that taken out. And I had to get an alignment. And I had to get a new tire. Alright, I think those were separate incidences. I actually don't know. I actually don't remember, because oh my god. Let me just clear my brain right now, because I have no idea what just happened. Those are separate incidences. So I did drive off the road, but I don't think my vehicle was injured. But I was driving to my grandma's one day, and it was also like later in the night, and she lives like literally in the middle of nowhere, and I got a stick lodged on my car, and it also popped my tire. And I was leaving for work the next day, and it was my first day of my new job. And I start leaving, and my brother stops me, and he goes, like, Taylor, you have a flat tire. You cannot drive like that. So he put my spare on, and I go to work, and then I go get my tire changed the next day, and I have to get an alignment because when my car's up, like, on the alignment rack, he tells me, dude, you have an entire tree branch, like a huge branch, stuck under your car in the wheel well. And I was like, I don't know how that happened. Oh my god, wait, what am I even talking about? This has nothing to do with anything. Like, what am I saying? And I think that I touched on everything. And I don't think that this is a very long podcast, but you know what? It's just me today, and it's my very first one. And it's gonna get better as I go. You know, we can only go up from here. So, yeah. I think that if you had a good time, please do subscribe or follow or like or whatever the things are that you do when you enjoyed a video. And also share, because I also had a good time, and I would like to have a good time with more people hanging out. So come back next week for Miss Darbamonium to be joining us. And she actually has pneumonia right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, she's not doing good. But I'm hoping she feels better by the time our next podcast rolls around. And if she doesn't, well, then I'm gonna have to have a different guest. Or just wait. I don't know, we'll see. But I did tell her she's gonna be my first guest, so I'm really excited to have her on the show. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching or for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day. Bye.